Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John, and today I have another ranking video for you. I will be ranking the Slipknot albums. There are 6 albums, and I will be doing it worst to best. But if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I do rock and metal reviews, rankings, and a lot more. So Slipknot is a band. I knew about them when they first came out, but I never really got into them. I think I was listening to a lot of new metal at the time. A lot of System of a Down and Linkin Park and Korn, but this band, I don't know, it didn't really gel with me. They were kind of heavy, I guess. You know, I kind of liked more of that like new metal stuff, but I did discover this band a little later on. Actually, it wasn't too long ago, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, and I will tell you exactly like when I discovered this band, but I'll get to that like when I get to this particular song. But anyway, I'm not going to waste any more time. My ranking might be a little different than some of the other ones you have seen, but this is just like the way I like them. And I actually do like all of these albums, but the ones at the bottom are the ones that I like the least, and the ones at the top are the ones I like the most. So let me just jump right into it. Coming in number 6 is Chapter 5, The Great Chapter. This one came out in 2014. This is the first album without Joey Jordison. He actually quit the band, and without one of their founding bass players, Paul Gray, and he passed away prior to this album. This is actually their first studio album. There was like a 6-year gap between albums with this one. And this one has like 2 of my favorite songs, The Devil and I and Kill Pop. The Devil and I has some really great riffs, kind of played on a down-tuned guitar. I think the guitar is tuned to a drop C. I remember trying to learn this on the guitar at one point. The song does have elements of like death metal as well, some like atmospheric parts. Corey Taylor's vocals are both clean singing and aggressive. Kill Pop, it's a different type of song, has pretty cool like industrial beat, clean singing in the verse section, harsher vocals in the chorus. The chorus does have some thick riffs and some like down-tuned guitars. The other songs are not too memorable. Another good song is called Custer. Very heavy, has lots of turntable scratches, very fast-paced industrial metal vibe. Reminded me of like 90s Ministry, but that's it. Those were the 3 best ones. The rest of the album was kind of okay. Coming in at number 5 is Iowa from 2001, and people are gonna like hate me for this one, and probably a bunch of people are just gonna like click off this video and but it's just the way I rank these. Actually, I like this album a lot. It's just the other ones I like a lot better. It's a heavy album, probably their heaviest. Kind of has elements of like death metal and thrash metal mixed with like the classic nu metal sound of the time. Lots of heavy and melodic vocals. My favorite song is Disaster Piece. The intro reminds me of like the nu metal at that time, but it's a lot faster, a lot heavier. The drums are like really brutal. The vocals are really aggressive. But probably the most popular song is the Heretic Anthem. This one has some really like thick riffs played on like down-tuned guitars. The vocals are really aggressive in this one, and this is just a very fast and heavy song. Another song I like is called Everything Ends. It's a little different. The vocals kind of like a mixture of like that like spoken word and like aggressive vocals. The song is very like dark and heavy, but at the same time it is pretty catchy. So this album does have lots of heavy stuff, but also kind of like some catchy songs. You know, some of it's a little more melodic. Some of the vocals are kind of like rap style a little bit, but with like really fast-paced riffs and just lots of heavy songs. Coming in number 4 is Slipknot, their self-titled album from 1999. And this was very heavy considering it came out at the height of like the nu metal era. Really like the song Spit It Out. It has a very like great like nu metal sound. Lots of down-tuned guitars, vocals, a mixture of singing, some aggressive vocals, some rapping. There's some turntable scratches. It's just very heavy, and it's just like very representative of that like nu metal sound. Liberate is another good one. The opening riff has a great like nu metal sound. The song is a lot heavier and faster than most of the nu metal at that time, and the vocals are very harsh and aggressive. Me Inside is another good one. This one's like a little crazy. You know, lots of heavy guitars, fast drums, harsh vocals. It kind of sounds like sound samples. It's probably a guitar, but it might be a sample. clean and harsh vocals in this one, and this one gets a little catchy in the chorus, but it's a good one. This is like a very heavy album. This one and Iowa are like the heaviest albums, but I do like the other ones a lot better. Coming in number 3 is All Hope Is Gone. This one is from 2008, and this is where I discovered the band. So many years ago, sometime around 2013, 2014, I was on YouTube and I found a mashup of Psychosocial with Justin Bieber's Baby. And two strange mashup, but those songs do go well together, and I do recommend that you look it up on YouTube. You just type in Psychosocial Baby and it should come up, and that's how I got into this band. It's kind of funny, but Psychosocial is probably one of my favorites. It has a really great riff, just a catchy song, and it's also heavy as well. Another song, Snuff, a great ballad. The lyrics are very dark. Corey Taylor's vocals are really good. And again, one of my favorite ballads from Slipknot. Another great one, Dead Memories. It's really heavy, and it's a lot slower. A lot of the songs on this one are a little more like slower paced. That's probably why I like it. But the guitars are very heavy, down-tuned, playing some melodic riffs. The vocals are a little cleaner than the others, and the riffs are very memorable. Another great song called Sulfur. Again, they slow down a lot. The drums are kind of crazy, you know, it's like fast-paced drums, but the guitars are kind of more like slow, doomy, droney, kind of very heavy. Has some pretty cool turntable scratches. This one's a little more reminiscent of like their earlier sound with their debut, but it does have a catchy chorus to it. And another song on this album called Till We Die, very slow and atmospheric. Has some melodic vocals in the verse. Pretty cool song. It's a little different. It's a little different than their heavier stuff. It's probably a good intro song if you're like a non-metal fan and you want to check out the band. Look up this song. It's called Till We Die. Coming in at number 2 is Volume 3 of the Subliminal Verses. This was released in 2004. Great album, produced by Rick Rubin. So we know Rick Rubin from Red Hot Chili Peppers, Slayer, Beastie Boys, and many other bands. So he's a very famous producer, and I think he put like his special touch on this album, and that's really why I like it a lot. I would say like this album and All Hope Is Gone are really good like starter albums if you want to like get into the band and you're not really a fan of like extreme metal, you kind of want something that's a little more accessible. I would recommend these two albums. But anyway, the most famous song on this is Duality. Kind of starts out with a line, you know, I push my fingers into my eyes is the only, something like that. It's just classic Slipknot. Lots of heavy riffs, down-tuned guitars, kind of like spoken word vocals, pretty cool, almost like a darker version of the band Primus. That's kind of what came to my mind. Another great one, Opium of the People, a really great opening riff, great drum intro. Another song like Psychosocial, really great riff, fast-paced vocals is really good. Next is Pulse of the Maggots, probably one of their best, kind of like an ode to their fans, and their fans kind of have been nicknamed like the Maggots. A mixture of like thrash, industrial, and new metal. Has that classic Slipknot sound and harsh vocals, heavy riffs. Really great song. My favorites are Vermilion Parts 1 and 2. Part 1 is a kind of a heavy song. Part 2 is a ballad. The lyrics are very dark. They address the topic of like that like unrequited love. I actually like Part 2 better, and it's probably one of my favorite like acoustic songs from a heavy metal band. And that comes to number 1, and I have the new one, We Are Not Your Kind. It came out in 2019. It's not really often when I do a ranking that the band's most recent album is number 1, but this is really great. Now I remember when this came out, they released a single called All That Life. Came out on Halloween 2018, but that song wasn't put on this album for some reason or another, so that's like a standalone single, but I kind of consider it like part of this album because it came out around the same time. But as far as the album, a great song, Unsainted, really great. Starts out with choir singing, gets very heavy, really great opening riff, and it's very fast and heavy song. The vocals are really aggressive, the chorus is very memorable. Nero Forte, it's a really great song, it's very heavy, brings back that classic sound. Lots of heavy riffs. The vocals are great. Corey Taylor has really great vocal performance. Really mixes different styles in the song, and there's even some like upper register singing in the chorus. I'm not really sure if it's Corey or not, but I really like that. It's pretty cool. Adds a lot of variety in the vocals. So. There's a dark ballad. It's called Liar's Funeral. Another one of their melodic ballads. A really great acoustic song. And I really like it a lot. It's slow, it's very heavy, and very dark. And the song Spiders, I like it a lot. It's very different. It's kind of like David Bowie meets Slipknot. Has a really great drum beat, very catchy song, heavy guitars, and they do mix a little bit of that like 60s like psychedelia in it. So it's a very like unique song. That's another one I do recommend if you're like a classic rock fan. Check this out. This is called Spiders by Slipknot. And the closing track called Soul We Firth. Probably their best closer and one of their best songs. Just straightforward, heavy song. Everything you want in a Slipknot album. Just pretty much everything I talked about in the other songs, just all mixed up. Heavy riffs, aggressive vocals, and just really great, memorable song. And that is it. So 6 albums. I didn't include that Mate, Fill, Kill, Repeat, or whatever it's called. Actually, I haven't even listened to that one yet, but I didn't really want to include that. I just wanted to include the classic 6. And that is it. Comment below. Tell me what are your favorites, what would you have higher, what would you have lower, or give me your ranking. There's only 6 albums, so if you want to do that. And that's it. Thanks for watching. And check out my in-video links. I will put some more videos over here. This weekend, the new album by Night Ranger. That's probably the only new release I'll be doing. I'm not sure. I'll have to check, see if anything else comes out. Tomorrow, I'm not sure. I might do some more Iron Maiden, but let me see what I come up with. And that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.